Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Cone Roger here. Welcome back to Formula One 2018. And we seem to have quite a conundrum here. Apparently, there is some regulation changes in the works in our fictional Formula One world. And that seems to mean that for the rest of the season, we can continue to use the parts highlighted in orange. However, next season, if we don't adapt these fixes to the new regs, we won't be able to use them anymore. I don't entirely know what that means, and I'm going to look at it now and see. Alright, so it's 250 to 300 points to adapt these parts. Do I have to like wait for them? Probably not. So that means I need a lot of resource points by the end of the season to save these parts for next season. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upgrades that need to be redone basically for about 250 credits, we'll say, each to be able to be used for next season. Oh, that one's 400. Wow. Okay, so that pretty much means that our development is halted for the rest of the season. I'm curious if that means that other teams could choose to not do this and continue to upgrade for the rest of the season or not. I think for us it's really important that we do, because I want a car that's ready to compete for next season. I want a car that's good enough to push for podiums next season. And if I don't keep these upgrades, we're not going to do that. I'm definitely going to focus on these. I'll definitely focus on the chassis side of things. So I could do, say, this one right now. I could do, say, this one right now. And, let's see, got 240 something left. That one, 230 left. I could save, well, none of the rest of these. But in theory, by the end of this weekend, I should be able to spend enough points to save the chassis stuff. The wear ones look like they're going to take a little bit more. What's your problem? Why has it got an exclamation point on it? I don't know. But hopefully, with all of that taken care of, within the next couple weeks, we can get back to doing some other things. But that's a tough thing. That's really tough. That means, you know, we kind of stall in development for this season. Oh well. Anyway, we're about to head to the next race weekend, which you're probably thinking, Singapore? No. We're headed to Russia. Oh, buddy, we are headed to Russia. You don't want to know. Okay, here's some highlights.
Okay.
The tunnel, or not the tunnel, whatever that is there. The overpass, I suppose. Little skate to the wall, never hurt anything. I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong. This is worse than I have ever been. I have done a boatload of practice. I have abused this poor car. I don't think it's gonna matter. And I'm pushing the thing as hard as I can. I'm pushing it into the walls.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
I'm very disheartened right now. It's what Singapore does to me. But I'm sorry. I'm a failure today. Might as well give Esther Maldonado this seat. 42-1. It's about 2 seconds off the pace for where I need to be to get out of this session. I will load it up and try again with a Delta to go against and see if I can do better. But I don't have high hopes. Nice. Clip the inside curve, get back to the gas. Alright, it was 2 seconds faster. Will it be enough? No, I don't think so. We're still 13th. That's probably one of the best laps I've ever put in here, though. Yeah, I know, it's sad. I thought 16th was through. I was wrong. Apparently 16th is not through. Because, yeah, we're already post-qualifying. Huh. Today I learned. Oh, yeah, we're done here.
In qualifying, that's not exactly ideal.
65 place grid penalty. 65 places. It's like we're in a Honda. There we go. I've got my force feedback now. I don't have to worry about anybody next to me. But now I do. Oh, 3 wide in front of us. Let's make it 4 wide. Why not? It's Singapore. It's time to celebrate and party. It's our favorite race of the year. Definitely just got booped. Definitely just got booped. We'll keep sliding. So much for my tour guides. You can see it just wants to skate now. It's only going to keep escalating in heat. Jeez. Suddenly I'm driving a sprint car. I feel like if I was actually to drive at these speeds in this car, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Something was really off, something was really weird. I don't frankly understand what the deal was. For next season, Singapore comes around, I'll definitely have to do something different. I'm not sure what that thing is, but something will need to change, because it was one of the worst sim racing experiences I've ever had, because it just was completely undrivable. We're going to put that behind us, though. We're going to buckle down and get to Russia, get to a place that I love, and try and do the best that I can with our new tire wear suspension geometry upgrade.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, let's go out here and familiarize ourselves with this track once again. Used to be at the beginning of the calendar, I believe, but now it's moved near the end, at least for this particular season. I really like this track. It's a street circuit. It's not my favorite track, but it's got to be my favorite street circuit. It really just flows like a real track does, and I think that's because it's designed. You know, these are paved areas that were intended to be a racetrack that just kind of happen to be in a city, versus your Singapores, your Monacos. Those are just roads. The roads that they've used to make a racetrack out of, and that's quite a bit different. Let's find these checkpoints. I think this is one of those tracks that I disagree heavily with the advised racing line, so I don't take this program into too much of like a gospel. I just want to do well at it so I can get the resource points, because we're gonna need resource points. Although we're not really tracking on perfect right now. Oh, really? Huh, that was too slow. I thought that was a tighter turn. Apparently I have forgotten a little bit. At the end of the day, this is a track that I don't really get to see a lot of. This only exists in the Formula One world for me. And it was new to me in Formula One here. It wasn't something that I had any experience with prior. This is the sector I usually really do well at. Okay, we're tracking pretty good here. I think I might have to go for another lap. Oh yeah, it was a green as well. I said that was a sector I do well at too.
Good work. You seem to have a solid handle on the lap. Let's try and perfect each turn.
I would like to perfect it.
Chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
But the nice thing is, with Singapore out of the way that I treat that is basically a free parts weekend. So we got all new parts on the car. It's going to be at maximum performance here. And I don't have to worry about saving it. You don't have to feel bad about practicing like I usually do, because that's just putting wear and strain on the car. I feel like we actually have the parts available to us right now that I can pretty much safely practice, which is good. And hopefully that'll... Oh, gosh, dang it. That was so close to verbal, I think. That was better. There we go. Yeah, I think it'll be good for us to get resource points here and to hopefully have a good race. Make up for the loss there last week. Just making the most of it. Oh, that's gonna be green. Try and get a few more purples here. I think we'll be alright. As long as I don't really screw up these last checkpoints. I really enjoy this place, though. I'm glad they ended up putting this right after Singapore. It's a good follow-up, like Bad Street Course.
Great stuff. You pretty
Street
much nailed
course.
this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
Thanks, Jeff. I like strong foundations. Alright, now with all of the puts the car around simple tire wear, fuel management, ERS management programs out of the way, let's see what kind of qualifying effort we could put in here. It's a little bit of a shock when you go from running the thing, you know, leaned out and low power and, you know, easing the car around to all of a sudden, hey, drive this thing as fast as you can. But we'll see what we can do. Hopefully at least match Magnussen's pace. I see he has already done his qualifying run, or is at least out there on hypers. See how we can compare. Seems like he's got pace now. He did really well at Singapore. Hold it nice and tight through here. A lot of this track is widening entries, I think. It's probably the area where you can get the most time. Just widen the entries, widen the exits where you can, but it's mostly the entries that you can do that. And it just helps your apex speed so much. Oh, I lost a bunch of time there. I guess I was a little too slow in the center. I generally... Oh, that little oversteer there is going to cost us big. I generally do best in the last sector here. Let's see if that holds up. That was a very good run through there. I'm amazed we're not looking better in time. Right there is where I usually gain a bunch of time. I'm not seeing green to my upper right. Now I see green, but it's going to be close. Push the car to the limits.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Oh, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Woo. Yeah. So, the good news is, we got the time we needed at the very end. But, let's hope we don't have to push it quite that hard in qualifying. Because that's a little beyond the limits.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Alright, I've actually completed the race program. What I'm going to try and do is a slower lap and try to take you through a lap here, because it was requested that I try to do that. So I'm braking around the 100 right there, aiming for the orange there, and the little orange curve there. All the way through here, trying to hug the curb as much as I can, and then get back to the blue. I'm braking on the curve there, looking for that orange mark right there. Down into this one, actually braking once we get all four tires to the curb, looking for the orange one there to aim for. Those orange marks are very good apex points. That one I'm actually using the 50 mark. That one happens in such a hurry. And this one's really a kind of a blind turn. I used the first orange mark, but only as reference. That one right in between the two brake markers. On the DRS through here. I think this is an important setup. I try to get to the right gear so that I can arc my way in, braking on race pace at the 150 and qualifying pace probably more towards the 100. Let the car wash out right here. This one's interesting because it's off camber. You want to get the car to the inside to set you up to get back to the gas as early as you can for that right-hander. This one's a blind braking point. You just have to feel it. Try not to go too wide there. This one's another blind braking point, and when I say that, I mean there's no significant...
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data.
There's
Stay
no
focused.
significant points of reference there. You're basically purely on feel as to where you're getting on the brakes. I wish I could better commentate that, but things happen so fast in Formula One cars. The actual act of me talking and trying to speak those marks and speak about, like, I'm braking here. Me saying that phrase took me an entire turn. I think that really shows the level of speed that is Formula One. The fact that you can't talk as fast as you are driving. You can't talk your way through a turn, because by the time you said that sentence, you're already to a completely different turn. It's pretty wild.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three. Red, Vettel and Max Verstappen. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Not really an amazing lap for Magnussen there. We'll see what that looks like in qualifying.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective.
It actually was a good day.
You put in a lot of time on the track today.
And I did do that.
Was there a reason for this?
I'm gonna go for this one because we gotta do so many of those
You
improvements
scraped the
in
walls
durability.
A few times. Were you struggling for grip?
No, actually. Yeah, no, because it wasn't. It was fine.
Well, thanks anyway.
Well, ask better questions. So, we ended with 700 points here just from practice, so we could save some more things. We could, save these roll dampers, we could save the suspension geometry upgrade here. 1 point shy of that. We can save this one though. The monocog structure is a 456. So we'll go ahead and do that. Make sure all that stuff is saved for next season. And it looks like we'll be able to get all this done within a couple races. Okay, let's go qualify.
We don't think you'll have any trouble getting into the next session, so don't push too hard.
I plan on doing just that. Wait, pushing too hard? No, not pushing too hard. I do think we'll have no problem advancing. Cloudy day here. I haven't looked at the weather. I hope it's not going to rain, because rain would be a big equalizer for what I think is going to be a really good race weekend for us. So I definitely don't want rain. I don't think it would be the worst to have rain here, but it wouldn't be ideal by any means. Let's make sure we have a good start to the lap. Take it easy through this last turn. Back to the gas as early as we can. An interesting DRS zone this is, because it actually starts at the very midpoint of this turn. Scrape the bottom of the car all the way down through here. Braking at that 100, aim for the orange, aim for that orange. Hold it down near the curb. Boy, this car is fast. All the power from max fuel load, brand new parts, brand new engine, everything's new. It's gonna be quick. I'm actually backing up my brake points a little bit, because I think our entry speed's a lot faster today than it was in practice. A little bit wide there. Hesitating back to the throttle. Waiting on the nose right there a bit, but not too bad. I got a car slow in front of me. I hope that doesn't become an issue. Not quite braking as late as I potentially could right there, but getting a good bit of it. Wide. That was wide. Too fast into that turn. Probably cost us 2 or 3 tenths, I would say. Try not to overdrive these last 2 turns. Very easy to do. And a 133.6.
That's the fastest lap so far. Well done.
Basically, nobody's put in laps yet, but I'm real pleased with that. That should be good. Good deal. 5th and 8th. I definitely left... I know I left 3/10 out there, which would put us perfectly with Magnussen. But look at the gap. I told you that this was a place that it makes the really good cars shine. And the Ferrari is a really good car right now. A 1:31.7, 1.1 second gap down to Hamilton. Pretty wild. I would honestly like to be one and done here in Q2, if possible. So if I could get into the low 33s or even the 32s, I'd feel real comfortable with that. See what we can do. A little less talking for Q2 here, and a little bit more focusing. I think is the order of business right now. This is the turn that ended up costing us, which is unfortunate because it's probably what I list as the turn that I make up the most time in. Hopefully that means it'll be easy to recover from and, you know, figure out and get ready for this lap. And away we go. Yeah, easy on the steering inputs there, trying not to bind up the car, basically. You notice there I actually stagger the shifts. I do them in like bursts to make sure I'm not locking up the rear wheels, basically. Widen the entry, widen the exit as much as you can. Oh, the way it rotated into there was beautiful. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes the car just pitches a perfect slide into a turn, and it helps you immensely. Still fighting the nose out of there. I think I need to have a little tighter entry. With a good sector 3, this is a 32 lap, easy. This one a little slower there, actually. Oh, we drove it again! Same exact situation. Trying to recover the best I can. That's interesting. The turn I was so ready to say is my best is the turn that I'm messing up. 33, oh, it should still be good enough.
Fastest lap. Good job.
But I'm disappointed in myself for messing that up again. I'll get it ready and right for Q3 then. How we doing? 5th and 10th. Only 10th for Mag there. Unfortunate. I mean, he makes it through, so it's no big deal, but unfortunate he seems to have lost the pace. Overall, the times were slower that session. I wonder why. Alright, out for Q3 on what I would call my betting lap. So I'm going to do one that hopefully is like a 1:33-ish. Get in there and have a time that could compete, but then go out again and go for a real fast time. Seems to be the way to do it. It's the way the real F1 drivers do it. Just flapping that wing a little bit. Bit wide there, but no big deal. Really just want a decent lap in here so that I have a delta to go against. Because that's when I tend to do the best. I don't know why that is. I guess I just struggle to feel if a lap is good or not. You're talking about such a fractional difference between laps that it's really difficult to know, was this better? Was this worse? Should I be doing something different? Well, third gear through there, and you don't push as wide, so maybe that's something to consider. Now we know where we need to improve. It's the turn that I said I'm good at. That's the one I gotta improve at. That was nice. And I did improve. Okay, that's much better. And down to the gas very well right there. One nice thing is that on mode 5, you get exactly one lap worth of power. 33.4 ain't great, but it's a good bed. It's a good bed to lay in and try to improve on. Alright, here we go. What can we do? Well, it's already a better start. Here's DRS. Oh, please don't get in my way. Listen, I know we're rivals and everything, but this is not how you want to win that battle. Thank you, thank you. I mean, that may have cost just a fractional amount of time, but nothing significant. Oh, that was pretty. Purple Sector 1, actually. But everyone's going out for their flyers now. Oh, that was gorgeous also. Okay, that wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad. That was wide, but it's okay. Can we get a tow here? We can. That tow may have just given us, like, the lap of our lives. Nice and early, don't overdrive it. Oh, we are way up, yeah. Don't overdrive, don't overdrive, don't overdrive. Ho ho ho! Baby! That may be the best lap I've ever put in my fictional Formula 1 career. Oh man. Everybody by here. If that's not full, it's gonna be darn close to it. Whew.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Red, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
I do want to remind everyone that Raikkonen put in a 131.7, I think, in Q1. So I don't know where everyone's speed went. But what I do want to say is, that was the lap of a lifetime. That was unbelievable. That lap with the toe, it was just perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I would never ever try to do a better lap than that here in this car right now. Ooh, buddy. That was good. Felt good. That just washed all of the bad Singapore right out of my mouth.
Good day today.
You
Tell
think?
us about it from your perspective.
I just said everything actually.
It's always good to qualify at the front, isn't it?
I never get tired of that feeling. It's a big relief for the whole team. Yeah, let's give the chassis department that nod. Let's say that.
Are you happy with where you'll be on the grid tomorrow?
I mean, I think so. I'm starting first. Okay, let's do this for sure.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Great. Thanks. Okay. Alright, everybody. Well, that does it for our Sochi, Sachi, Sichi pre-race. How about that pole, though? Looking forward to the race tomorrow. Hope you will join us. Looks like I need to pick a new rival, too. Pretty sure I lost the one to Ricciardo there. Not that big of a deal, but it is what it is. It was all thanks to Singapore, really. Well, we'll do that later.
I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
You think? That's a successful qualifying. Oh, Jeff. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.